Hey there guys, you're up to a double dose of No Frills multiplication facts with Mr. Burns, and we're going to do some teaching, and we're going to do it together, then you're going to try some on your own. Okay, let's get rocking. Okay, I've said this before guys, for multiplication you've got to know your tables. So for example, 4 times 3 equals 12. You've just got to know that. 5 times 6 equals 30. If you don't know your tables, learn your tables. Okay, looking at some basic multiplication facts, let's look at like 6 times 5. Okay, well we know that 6 times 5 equals 30. But what if it becomes 60 times 5 then? Well, let's have a brief look at that. This, of course, here is no longer 6, it's 60, but this is still 5. So we can actually treat it as though it is 6 times 5, which will equal 30. But we have to recognise this 0 here, which makes this 6 a 10. So it's really 6 tens times 5, isn't it? Okay, now because it's 6 tens times 5, we've got to acknowledge that it is a tens times 5, so it's not going to be 30, it's going to be 300. Now the cheater's way to deal with that is just to remember that, look, 6 times 5 equals 30, sure, but there's a 0 in the question, so we better add that 0 over there, which makes it 300. I mean, that's a fine way to do it, no doubt. Let's do another one. Let's have a look at 7 times 60. Okay, now we know that 7 times 6 equals 42. Okay, right. But of course it's really 7 times 60. It's 7 times 6 tens. So you have to acknowledge that. You have to deal with that. So let's deal with this 0 here. Because it is 7 times 60 and not just 7 times 6, the answer is not just 42, it's 420. And again, the cheater's way, guys, is to look at the sum and say, oh look, there's a 0 in the sum there, so once I've done 7 times 6, which is 42, I better just add this 0 over there, so it becomes 420. Okay? Okay, one more go, just me. Let's have a look at this one. 50 times 70. That's a good one. 50 times 70. Alright, well I'm going to start it off. I'm going to go 5 times 7 equals 35. I know that because I know my tables. But of course it's really 50 times 70, isn't it? It's not just 5 times 7. You've got to deal with these tens here. Okay? And well, the way we're going to deal with that is acknowledge that they're there, and that means our answer, well, because our question's got 2 zeros in it, we have to transfer those to the answer, so let's do that now. 3,500 is your answer. And that's because it's not 5 times 7, it's 50 times 7. So you have to deal with those tens, and that's why it's 3,500 and not just 35. You have the 2 zeros, one there and one there. Okay guys, we're up to the together phase and you're going to do this with me. So look, let's start it off. Let's do 6 times 9. You write the answer here for me. What's just 6 times 9? Go on. You should know your tables, write it down, pause it if you like, find it out. Okay, the answer was 54. I hope you got that. 6 times 9 is 54. But of course we're really doing 60 times 9. There's this 0 here. And to acknowledge that, well, some of you might just understand that it's 540 because it's 60 times 9 and not just 6 times 9. But if you don't just get that, well, you can see that there is a 0 in the sum. And once you've done 6 times 9, you've then got to move any zeros over here. Which means, what are you going to do? You solve it. What's the answer? I hope you got 540. Let's do another one. Okay, look, it's 70 times 20, so we're doing it together. So first we do 7 times 2. What is it? Write it down. That is, of course, 14, right? and it's 70 times 20, and you can see there's a 0 here, and there's a 0 here, and you've got to deal with those zeros, because it's 70 times 20, so where are you going to put them? I hope you're going to put them in the answer. Put them in. The answer should be 1400. Now you're going to do some exactly by yourself. Let's see how you go. Go on, have a go all by yourself. 80 times 4. Pause me, solve it yourself. Okay, I hope you pause me, and I'm going to do it. Right, 8 times 4 equals 32. There's a 0 there. I better incorporate that in my answer. 320. Okay, let's do another one. Let's have a go at 60 times 70. Go on, you pause it. Have a go. Right, I hope you paused it, right? 6 times 7 equals 42, right? And how many zeros are in the question? Well, you've got that 0 there and that 0 there. Better move them over. The answer is 4,200. Okay, that 0 there and that 0 there. There they are. One more. Let's see if you can get it. Let's have a go at 700 times 70. Alright. Pause it. Have a go. Okay, I hope you paused it. Okay, 7 times 7 equals 49. Great, but it's really 700 times 70. So let's go and deal with all those hundreds and tens, all those zeros. Okay, there's 1 0 there, there's another 0 there, there's another 0 there, there's 3. We better put them in there. 1, 2, 3. I hope that was your answer. Thanks, guys, for watching Multiplication Facts.